Hey, my sweet friends, my YouTube friends. It's so good to be back with you again. And I want to thank all my new subscribers and all my older subscribers for subscribing to my channel. I really, really, really appreciate it. Every time I get one, it just makes my day. It really does. And I wanted to wish y'all, I hope y'all had a great day today, because I did. The sky was so blue, and the weather was, it was warm, but not too hot, and but it was just such a nice day. We had to get out and do some business, and our battery decided to go out, but thank God that we were, it started giving us warning signs, and we were able to get it fixed, because tomorrow we're going to Shreveport to the doctor, which is maybe an hour and a half to 2 hour drive, and so we were able to get that taken care of. So I'm so thankful for that. I got to spend about an hour with my granddaughter today, and that made my day. And but I'm just thankful for every step that I can take and sight I can see, and just anything and everything I give God glory, praise, and honor for so much. But we're going to get to going. We're going to make gesso today. I like being frugal, and gesso is kind of expensive, and especially, right now he's laid off. He's been laid off for about 8 months now, and it happened just about the time I was getting sick, like about, I don't know, about maybe a little bit before, and but by the time I found out, he was, laid off. So we we have to go to Shreveport and stuff. And I lost my train of thought. Leave it to this old woman to do something like that. But anyway, we're going to make some gesso. And I like being frugal, like I was saying. And I'm going to show you how it looks once we get it made. And you can use it on so many things. And like your art projects, or your junk journals, or tags. I mean, you can use it on all kind of craft things, and it prepares the surface, and it doesn't let it soak up your paint so much. It kind of helps it. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but it helps it. But anyway, we're gonna get started, and come go along with us, and let's get it done. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the things I'll be using. I'm going to be using Plaster Paris. I have me a jar, and I'm going to use this thing to stir it. And I also have this spoon to stir it. I've got my stuff in the cups. I have acrylic paint, half a cup. I have glue all, Elmer's glue all, 1/4 of a cup. I have a 1/4 of a cup of Plaster Paris, and I have a 1/4 of a cup of warm distilled water. And this is the paint that I used. I got it from Walmart. I like to buy this bigger jar, because it's just, you get more for your money if you buy the bigger jar. Now, the glue, this is the Elmer's glue all. It seems to do better with the glue all. It's more binding. Now this I ordered a good while ago at Amazon, but I don't remember how much I paid for it, but it's going to last forever. And so we're going to get started. I'm also going to use this, because I'm going to try to sift that little bit of powder where there's no bitty lumps in it. And we're going to get to making it. Okay, we're gonna start making it now, and y'all gonna have to excuse me for the mess that I make, because something like this, I make a mess. Oh, I wanted to say too, I also use a lid. It's kind of got like a rubber seal in it. You want something that's going to seal your jar, because if you don't seal it, the air is going to get to it, dry it out, and it's going to burn. And so try to get one with a rubber seal. Okay, let me take this out. Okay. this right here. I spilt a little bit, but y'all just don't worry about it. Like I said, I'm gonna make a mess. I gotta keep my word to y'all. Okay, I'm going to try to sift this powder, and let's see. I hope I don't make too big a mess, and I can see it happening already, but maybe it won't be too bad. Try to take my time. Hope my hat didn't hide. But if you sift it, you know you ain't got no lumps, clumps, bumps, you know. And I can always, the little bit that gets on the table, you know, I can clean that up, no problems. And I can put just a tad more, you know, where I make sure that I've got my amount. And have any of y'all made any gesso? And leave me some comments and let me know if you have. Okay, I'm gonna put some more. And like I said, I'm gonna wipe that up. And I'm slow with doing all this stuff. Y'all have heard me say that a bunch of times, but it's true. That's my way of life. But kind of like the old tortoise, it's better to be slow and sure than, you know, speedy and unpredictable. So that works for me. And like I said, this is one of the longest processes, this and the stirring, but it's still not bad. And y'all see the little mess I'm making, but I got some more that I'm gonna put in there. That's this. Now, like I said, beans, I've spilt a little bit. I'm gonna get a little bit more out of the bucket. Not much, y'all just bear with me. I'm gonna open this bucket and see if I can, there we go. I got it open. And like I said, this big container, I think it's about $6 now. It lasts a long time. Very long time. Now, I got a little bit more in here, beans I spilt some. And put it like that. And we'll get that done. Okay, I got that done. Wasn't too bad. I set my stuff over here to the side, and then you just move this a little bit. I know what I need to do. My little tool here. Y'all just bear with me a second. I should have had this out and ready, but it won't take me long to get it. Like I said, it's been a while since I've made it, so you know, sometimes you forget. Okay, I'm just going to use this and sweep it up on there. Waste not, want not, huh? And I can put this back in the bucket because my table was clean. And I bought this at the dollar store. This little thing, and it comes in handy. I got this little brush, and I got this little thing. Well, each one was $1. But I don't think that's bad. And I can wash it and it's ready to go for the next time. And I'm just going to pour this. And see, it still looks clean. I'm just going to pour this back. And we're not wasting. So that sounds good. And this little bit right here, I'm going to wipe up with my, with a little rag. I'm sorry, y'all, for, you know, taking this time on this. I should have had it all together, but I'm just gonna, and like I said, I'll clean this up more after a while, but I just want to get some of it out of the way where it won't be so bad. Okay, now let's move on to the next step. Okay, now I'm going to pour the water, and like I said, this is distilled water. Now I heard somebody say on YouTube that it's best to use the distilled water instead of the tap water, because that it would you know, the tap water could mold and stuff. Now whether it does or it doesn't, I'm not really sure, but you know, just in case, you know, because you don't use all of this gesso that you're making. You know, I'm not making a big batch, but you don't want it to waste and go to ruin either. But I got this at a garage sale, I think 10 cents. And, but I figured, you know, it can work for scrapbooking stuff. But like I said, I sifted it and I give it a good mixing before I pour some of the other stuff in there. Okay. Now, we're gonna pour the paint in there. This is a half a cup of acrylic white paint. And pour that in there. Now, like I said, if it's too watery for you, you can always put a little bit more, now I've lost my spoon. There it is. You can always put a little bit more plaster Paris if, you know, if you think it's, you know, a little too thin. But that's entirely up to you, you know. And like I said, I wash these right after I get through. That way it doesn't burn anything. And I can use it again and again and again. Okay. So I'm going to set that right there. And we're going to use this again and mix it. Now, you know, putting that paint in there, I can feel, you know, it's a thicker consistency, you know. I kind of wished I'd have did a double, how you say, a double the recipe. That's what the words I'm looking for. But, just making some splatters. Okay, now this is the glue all, Elmer's glue all, and it's 1/4 of a cup. And if y'all hear a room, room, room sound outside, I think my husband's fooling with his motorcycle. So I can hear it, but I don't know if y'all can hear it. Probably cleaning it up or doing something to it. Okay. And let's stir that again. Yep, according to this jar, I could have doubled my recipe. I just figured that, you know, it would be too much, you know, for my jar. But I think I could have done it. But this little thing, even though you do it, it stirs better than a spoon. And like I said, for I think it was 10 cents I paid for it. You can't beat that. Now, another thing I want to say is when you go to use your gesso that has been set up for a while, you want to make sure that you stir it really good before you use it. Let's say it's been sitting there for 2 weeks. Well, you don't want to just open it up and go to using it. You want to stir it really good and get it all mixed up, because sometimes that plaster Paris, you know, it could settle maybe a little bit. So you want to do that. And in a little while, I'm going to wipe this jar, and I'm going to I just kind of shake it like this, not to have too much. Okay. Now let's see what we gonna do here. I want to put some and show you an example of what it looks like on the cardstock. I'm gonna just spray this a little bit, wipe it, and like I said, I'll clean it up a whole lot more in a little while. And another thing I do is I try to clear before I put my lid on. You want to make sure all this where your lid is going that you clean it. You know, the inside doesn't matter, but right here where your thing is going to be gripping and sealing, you definitely want that. Okay, now let me get a paintbrush here, and I got us a Ritz box we're gonna use. I cut these out with my Vagabond with designs and stuff. It makes some pretty designs, but I was gonna see what this looks like. Okay, so we're gonna put this down right here, and I'm gonna start spreading it on there. And like I said, when you put your gesso, you do have to let it, you know, let it dry and stuff. But this, you know, it helps cover it for you to do your projects on. And you just smear it on, but it's looking good. It's feeling good. I also want to make a texture paste. That'll probably be on another video. It's a little bit the same, but not exactly the same. But you can use that one on stencils. But this one, you can use it to paint, you know, before you do your other stuff. It just gives that coating before you start doing your artwork. But and it doesn't take terribly long to dry this. And how you say, this little bit that you've seen us made, it goes a long way, you know, when you're doing art projects and stuff like that. And y'all excuse, because I do get it on my hands. I do. Now, you can take your heating gun and heat it, but me personally, I like to just go do something else and let it air dry, and then come back and do what I want to do with it. Now, I have an idea for this that I want to show y'all, and that'll be another video. I had seen it a while back, and I just loved the way it come out, and so I want to try that, and I'm going to use this to do one. Okay, and this has got little tab, but it ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna try to mash it down. There we go, that's better. And just put a little bit of paint over it. There we go. So that's my video, y'all, and I gotta clean my mess up. I'm so glad to be with y'all today. Now, like I said, don't forget to wipe it really, really good, and something with a rubber seal. And but I got about a half a jar. Now, you can double the recipe, and it probably would fit the whole jar if you wanted a whole jar of it. But I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, you know, because I mean, if it lasts 2 or 3 months, that's not bad. It don't take that long to make it. And go from there. And I'm gonna try to put me a tag on here saying gesso. And I got me another jar. This one's got the red lid on it. This one I'm gonna put the texture in, and you know, it'll have a different color to kind of keep it in my head, you know, that they're different and stuff like that. So sometimes I like to make extra, you know. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm gonna clean up my mess, and I hope y'all have a wonderful week. I know today's Monday. I'm making it on Monday. I won't get it out on Monday because, you know, I got a couple of days of doctor's visit, but maybe in the next day or so I'll get it out. But give it a try and see if, you know, if you like it. Now, if you don't want to buy the giant ones to try, you could try something smaller, you know. But you can make a lot on it. I mean, this, you know, if you used half a cup each time, it's going to make buku batches. Buku. And this right here is 32 ounces, so you're using, I think it's a half a cup. So, you know, it's going to make a lot of batches, and this is going to make a lot too. So you can do it. But I appreciate y'all, and I love y'all. Please don't forget to subscribe, and please don't forget to you know, leave me a comment. I love to hear from y'all. And don't forget to share. I would be so excited if somebody shared. And come back and watch some more. I'd be glad to have you. Y'all have a great week now. Love y'all, and God bless you.